Tonight we will move slowly, not toward answers, not toward light, but into a quiet space where nothing needs to be fixed. Set the volume to what feels right for you, and find the most comfortable position for your body to rest. We will follow the thoughts of a man at the end of a long day, in a city that never fully rests, and allow his stillness to guide us into our own. This is not a story about change or revelation. It is a story about staying, about breathing through the weight of ordinary life, and finding enough calm to let the mind loosen its grip. Let this story carry the noise away, one layer at a time, until sleep arrives on its own, without effort, before the story itself is finished. The room is dark, but not silent. There is always some sound at night if you listen closely. The low hum of electricity inside the walls. A distant motorbike passing too late, too fast. Someone else living a life you will never intersect with again. The man lying on the bed notices all of it. He always does. Sleep never arrives quickly for people who think in complete sentences. He is 38 years old, not young enough to believe everything will work out, not old enough to stop pretending he still has time. His phone rests face down on the bedside table. He turned it over an hour ago, not because anyone was calling, but because the possibility of a call was exhausting. Notifications feel heavier at night. During the day they are manageable, even welcome. At night they feel like evidence. He stares at the ceiling. A faint crack runs diagonally from one corner like a flaw in a porcelain plate. He has memorized it over the years. Sometimes he imagines it growing while he sleeps, slowly, invisibly, until one morning the ceiling collapses and something finally changes without his permission. Earlier that evening, he stood in front of his bathroom mirror longer than necessary. He noticed the fine lines near his eyes, the way his shoulders no longer sat back naturally. Nothing dramatic, just accumulation. Time rarely announces itself loudly. It prefers quiet edits. He brushes his teeth mechanically now, memory replaying scenes he didn't invite. A meeting from 10 years ago where he stayed silent. A relationship he ended because it felt inconvenient rather than wrong. A message he never sent. He knows these memories are unproductive. That knowledge does nothing to stop them. He turns onto his side. When he was younger, night meant rest. Now it means inventory. Every unresolved thought lines up patiently, waiting its turn. He could distract himself, videos, news, artificial noise, but he stopped doing that months ago. Avoidance stopped working. The mind always collects its debt. Across the street, a single window is still lit. He wonders who lives there. A student? A couple arguing quietly? Someone sick, scrolling endlessly? He feels a brief, dull comfort knowing someone else is awake. Shared insomnia feels like a fragile alliance. His breathing slows, not because he is calm, but because his body is tired of carrying his thoughts at full volume. He remembers a night years ago, lying on a different bed in a different city. Someone else was beside him then, asleep, breathing evenly. He had watched the rise and fall of that chest and felt something close to safety. Not happiness, safety, the difference matters. That relationship ended cleanly, at least on the surface. No shouting. No betrayal. Just two people admitting they were no longer aligned. He told himself it was mature, rational. What he didn't admit was that comfort had scared him more than loneliness. He closes his eyes. The darkness behind his eyelids is never complete. Shapes drift. Thoughts leak through. He doesn't fight them anymore. Fighting only sharpens them. His mind drifts to work as it always does. He is competent, reliable, the kind of person others depend on quietly. Compliments he receives are always about consistency, never about brilliance. He once wanted brilliance. Now he wants rest. He wonders when ambition turned into maintenance. A memory surfaces, himself at 22, staying up all night fueled by cheap coffee and certainty. He believed effort guaranteed outcome, that life rewarded intensity. No one corrected him. Experience prefers demonstration. He rolls onto his back again. There is a faint ache in his lower back. Another small reminder. He shifts, finds a position that hurts less. This is how aging announces itself, not with pain, but with negotiation. He thinks of his parents. Their voices sound older on the phone now. Conversations shorter, more careful. They ask if he's eating well, sleeping enough. He answers yes to both. He wonders when concern replaced expectation. The ceiling crack seems darker in the dim light. He exhales slowly. What troubles him most is not regret. Regret at least implies alternative paths clearly visible. What troubles him is ambiguity, the suspicion that even if he had chosen differently, the feeling might be similar. Different scenery, same restlessness. This thought used to terrify him. Tonight it only feels heavy. Outside a dog barks once, then stops. Somewhere a door slams. Life continues without coordination. His thoughts begin to slow, not because they are resolved, but because they are repeating themselves. Even anxiety grows tired eventually. He drifts, not fully asleep, not fully awake. In this half-state, images come unfiltered. He sees himself walking through an empty city at dawn. Streets washed clean, storefronts dark, no expectations yet activated. He likes this version of the world, the pause before performance. He stops at a bridge in the image, looks down at the water. It moves steadily, unconcerned. The thought occurs to him that the water does not care where it came from or where it's going. It moves because that is what water does. The simplicity feels almost offensive. His breathing evens out. Another memory intrudes, softer this time. A moment of kindness from a stranger years ago. Nothing dramatic. Just a hand held open when he dropped something. He remembers how surprised he felt, as if decency required justification. He wonders how many moments like that he failed to notice, because he was too busy narrating his own life. His shoulders relax slightly. The bed creaks as he shifts. The sound anchors him. He is here. This is now. Nothing else is required of him for the next few hours. A realization forms slow and unremarkable. Not every night needs to deliver insight. Some nights exist only to be endured quietly. This thought does not solve anything. That is why it works. Sleep approaches in fragments, short blackouts between thoughts. He wakes briefly, then sinks again. In one fragment, he dreams he is packing a suitcase but never finishes. In another, he is late for something unnamed. Familiar themes, predictable symbols. His mind is unoriginal when tired. Eventually, the dreams lose narrative. Images blur. Sound fades. Before full sleep takes him, a final thought surfaces. Not sharp, not demanding. Tomorrow will come whether he feels ready or not. And when it does, he will meet it with whatever version of himself wakes up. Not improved. Not ruined. Just present. That is enough. The city continues breathing outside the window. The ceiling crack remains unchanged. The phone stays face down. And the man sleeps, not deeply, not perfectly, but sufficiently. The story no longer needs to move forward. It can simply remain here, gently, without direction. You don't need to listen closely now. These words are not important. They are only a soft layer of sound. Something steady that allows everything else to fade. The night continues on its own. Breathing happens without effort. In and out. Not measured, not controlled. Just happening the way it always does. The body grows heavier in small, unremarkable ways. The shoulders release a little more. The jaw loosens. The muscles behind the eyes soften. Nothing needs adjustment. Nothing needs improvement. If a thought appears, it can pass through without stopping. Like a sound heard from another room. Present for a moment, then gone. There is no need to follow it. The room stays as it is. The air remains still. The temperature feels consistent, familiar, safe. Outside, the world continues at a slower pace now. Fewer movements. Fewer interruptions. The night has already decided to settle. Your body understands this even if your mind does not. Breathing continues. Slow. Unforced. The weight of your body sinks more completely into the surface beneath you. Supported, held, without effort. Nothing is being asked of you. There is no task left unfinished that needs attention right now. No problem that can be solved at this hour. No thought that requires resolution before sleep. This time belongs only to rest. If the mind drifts, let it drift. If images appear, let them blur. There is no need to keep them clear. Awareness can soften around the edges. The night does not expect anything from you. It does not demand understanding. It does not require meaning. It simply allows stillness. Breathing remains steady, quiet, reliable. Each breath carries a little less tension. Not because you try to release it, but because the body knows how to let go when given permission. And permission is already given. You are allowed to rest without explanation, allowed to sleep without earning it, allowed to let the day dissolve completely. Nothing important will be lost by sleeping now. The world will remain. The morning will come on its own. For now, there is only this moment, growing softer. Thoughts slow, then thin out. Spaces between them widen. Silence becomes more frequent than sound. And even the silence feels gentle. There is no need to hold awareness tightly. It can loosen. It can fade. Breathing continues. The night continues. Sleep does not need to be invited. It arrives when resistance is gone. And resistance has nowhere left to stay. You can drift now. Without effort. Without direction. Just drifting. Settling. Resting. The words will continue for a while. But you do not need to stay with them. They will take care of themselves. And you can sleep.